John Hawksworth said, Sandy, we're doing this Edwardian series. I wonder if you'd like to submit a tune. I like the word submit because it means they don't mean that they actually are going to give you the job until they hear what you suggest. John Hawksworth and I had worked together in Germany after the war. We were still both in the army. I was in the Irish Guards and he was a grenadier. And we did an army show together with music and so on. I wrote the music and most of the words, and John Hawksworth designed the sets. And he liked my music, and he said, after the war, you must come and write. I'm going to do a documentary about the painter Rowlandson, cartoonist, and you must write the music for it. And I thought, he'll never do it, and I couldn't write the music for a documentary film. And I forgot all about it, and then suddenly it all happened. And he got me in, and Robert Hamer directed it. It was all stills. See, Robert Hamer, who directed Kind Hearts and Coronets, you remember that, directed it, and he was very kind to me. He said, oh, it just wants to be a cross between an English folk song and a Haydn quartet. So I thought, well, anybody could do that. And anyway, I did it. So then a long time went by, and I knew John Hawksworth and his wife and son, but we sort of separated. And then suddenly the telephone went one day here. John Hawksworth said, Sandy, we're doing this Edwardian series. I wonder if you'd like to submit a tune. I like the word submit because it means they don't mean that they actually are going to give you the job until they hear what you suggest. So I said, well, of course I'd love to do that, and I wrote one tune overnight, and I didn't like it very much, nor did they, and they said, could it be a little bit more like Elgar and not so much like Eric Coates? And I don't want to put down Eric Coates because he was a great composer, but he was not the composer for this particular job. And so I tried again, and overnight I wrote the one that they eventually used. I wrote the what we call the Elgar version of 4/4 in a march time, 4/4 time. then at the very last minute, I had a copyist sitting here copying out the orchestral parts, and they said, we're sending a motorcycle from London Weekend, which was in North London at that time. And I'm tinkling at the piano, and I suddenly found that it sounded rather nice in the waltz version. So I said, Giles, the copyist's name, and I said, hold everything. I'll write a quick version. All we need is violin part and a couple of other violins and a bass, and so motorcycle arrived, and we got the guy to wait while and I scribbled out this quick light orchestration, and that was the one they eventually used. So I gave them the upstairs theme, and then they said, we need a downstairs theme, and we don't know what we want. And I said, well, I think it should be like an Edwardian music hall song. Like, what are we going to do with Uncle Arthur? I think those were my words, actually. And then I wrote the rest of the tune. They liked that idea, and Freddie Shaughnessy wrote that lovely lyric for that. So what are we going to do with Uncle Arthur? There was a bit of a delay before I got that award. That is the Ivor Novello Award, and we did the music in 1972 when the series first came out, and I didn't get the award until 1975 or so. Until there was nothing better, there wasn't anything better, and but I got it. It makes a very good door stopper. I don't use it for that purpose.